Hello, good day everyone. Sir Howard here. Kamusta kayong lahat? Today we will talk about the law of design as inspired by the book of John Maxwell, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. Para sa mga mahilig sa personal development and self-improvement, I highly recommend basahin nyo yung libro ni John Maxwell kasi napaka-simple ng pagkakasulat niya, madaling intindihin. This will definitely help you improve yourself. So this short talk is based on a chapter from this book na ang title ng chapter is The Law of Design. Simple lang naman yung sinasabi ng Law of Design. We need to identify the where and the how of our goals. Let me repeat. We need to identify the where and the how of our goals. Kung gusto natin mag-grow sa ating pamumuhay, sabi ni John Maxwell, kailangan meron kang where, meron kang how. Alam mo kung saan ka pupunta at alam mo rin kung paano pupuntahan yung gusto mong puntahan. But if you combine the words where and how, simply put it, ito yung tinatawag nating goal. This chapter from Maxwell's book is basically about goal setting. Tinuturuan tayo in this chapter kung papaano ang tamang paraan ng pag-set ng goals. Kasi marami namang taong may goal, pero ang problema, hindi sila marunong kung paano ba ang tamang pag-set ng goal. 'Di ba? Meron ngang goal pero mali naman or maraming kulang yung goal na sinet nila para sa kanilang mga sarili. Now, in the chapter, John Maxwell opens his teachings about goal with the following words. Ang galing nung sinabi niya. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan, and guess what they may have planned for you? Not much. Totoo yan eh. Alam nyo sa buhay natin, minsan, nagiging kasangkapan tayo para ma-achieve yung goal ng isang tao but not our own goals. Tanong, bakit? Kasi in the first place, wala kang goal. So marami mga tao in our life, they seem to set goals for themselves and then they use us to achieve that goal, and in the end, we feel bad about it. Parang nararamdaman mo na nagamit ka lang, parang nararamdaman mo na bakit sila nakaka-achieve, ikaw hindi. Ang problema sa'yo, wala ka kasing goal. Or kung meron ka mang goal, mali yung pagkakaset mo ng goal mo. So, going back to what Maxwell is saying here, one way to avoid this from happening is, gawa ka ng goal mo. Yun yung magiging shield mo para hindi ka maiimposan, para hindi ka tatambakan ng goal ng ibang tao, tapos ikaw yung gagamitin para ma-achieve yung goal na yon. You set your own goal para yung mind mo maging busy sa pag-iisip kung papaano mo matutupad yung mga goals that you have set for yourself. Sabi pa nga ni John Maxwell, goals are very important, especially when it comes to organizations. 'Di ba, ang isang kumpanya hindi talaga uunlad 'yan, hindi tatakbo 'yan kung wala silang vision and mission statement. Diyan nanggagaling yung goal ng isang kumpanya. Whether a company will be successful or not highly depends on the goal, the mission and vision statement of that company. And we should also do the same, sabi ni Maxwell, in our personal lives. Dapat meron din tayong personal mission and vision if we want to grow, if we want to be successful in the things that we do. Doon na ngayon ang gagaling yung sinasabi nating where and how. Yung sagot mo sa tanong na where, idagdag mo sa sagot mo sa tanong na how, yung vision mo plus yung mission mo, i-combine mo yung lahat ng yan, diyan ngayon ang gagaling yung goal. So yan yung bumubuo sa goal natin. Saan natin gusto pumunta at paano natin pupuntahan yan, ang tawag dyan, yan yung goal natin. And Maxwell emphasized this in his book, goals are very important because it will determine the design of our life. It will determine the design of our life. Yung mga pangyayari sa buhay natin, paano natin ginagamit yung ating time, money, energy, all of those things highly depend on the goal that you have set for yourself. Lahat ng ganap sa buhay natin nakadepende sa goal na meron tayo. That's why it's very important that we set goals. Kasi kung wala tayong goal, walang ganap. Kung walang ganap sa buhay, walang mga events, walang mga developments, then hindi nag-grow ang sarili. But as I have mentioned a while ago, it's not only important that we have goals, but we need to make sure that the way we set goals is the right way, tamang paraan. At yan yung shinare ni John Maxwell in the chapter, The 3 Principles of Setting Goals. Let's start with number 1. Sabi ni John Maxwell, bago ka magkaroon ng goal, dapat kumbinsido ka muna that having goals is very important in your life. That's step 1. Lalong-lalo na yung mga walang goals, no? If you want to motivate yourself to have a goal or to set goals, dapat kumbinsido ka na mahalaga ang goal sa buhay. Question, mahalaga ba talaga ang goal sa buhay? Answer, yes. Bakit? Sabi ni John Maxwell, meron kasing dalawang magandang nangyayari sa buhay natin when we have our own goals. Number 1, it gives us a sense of direction. Hindi tayo naliligaw. Alam natin kung anong dapat i-prioritize natin. Alam natin kung ano dapat ang isnabin natin. Hindi natin sinasaya yung oras natin because we only focus on the place where we want to go. And the things that have nothing to do with our location, yun ngayon yung mga bagay na hindi na natin masyadong pinag-aaksayahan ng oras. Even the Bible is promoting na ang mga tao dapat merong goal and we need to stick to that goal. Sinasabi yan, for example, in the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, 25 to 27. Let your eyes look directly forward and your gaze be straight before you. Ponder the path of your feet, then all your ways will be sure. Do not swerve to the right or to the left. Turn your foot away from evil. O, diba? Napakaklaro naman na ang Bible talaga pinopromote din na dapat meron tayong goals para raw nalalayo tayo sa evil. Anong ibig sabihin ng evil? Mga bagay na wala namang kinalaman sa mga goals natin. Mga bagay na sinasayang lang yung time and energy natin. Yan yung tinatawag na evil. So we need to stick to our goals para meron tayong sense of direction. Marami mga tao ngayon walang sense of direction because we are living in a society na puro distraction. Diba? Kaya maraming tao ngayon nagsasayang ng oras. Maraming mga tao ngayon at the end of the day pagod pero wala namang accomplishment. What explains that? Wala kasing sense of direction. They are easily distracted. Basta may tumawag sa kanila, sasagot. Basta may nagyaya, sasama. Kahit na yung mga sinasamahan nila o yung ginagawa nila, wala nang kinalaman sa kanilang mga goals. Number 2, another benefit kapag meron kang goal, sabi ni John Maxwell, nagkakaroon ka ng motivation or ng gana gumalaw araw-araw. Kasi yan yung isang epekto ng goal sa buhay ng tao. It gives you motivation to move. Goals make you feel excited. And the more you move, the more you exert effort in achieving your goals, nagkakaroon ka ng productivity. Kaya nga yung kabaliktaran nito, totoo rin eh. Kapag wala kang goal, walang motivation, o edi walang productivity. At marami ring taong ganyan ngayon. 'Di ba? Nagdaan ng 1 taon, nagdaan ng 2 taon, walang accomplishments. Bakit? Walang gana sa buhay eh. Bakit walang gana sa buhay? Wala kasing goal na nagpapamotivate sa kanila. One good example of this would be the Apostle Paul. Agree naman tayo na si Apostle Paul, one of the most accomplished apostles in the Bible. Grabe yung mga efforts niya, no? Yung mga accomplishments niya. Ang dami niyang nasulat na epistles, ang dami niyang mga nag-guide na mga tao spiritually. What explains that? Because he had a goal. Sinabi niya yan in the book of Philippians. I press on toward what? The goal. Yun naman pala. Yun yung nagpapamotivate sa kanya kasi meron siyang goal. Yung epekto ng goal sa kanya, tignan nyo doon sa wordings, press on toward. Yung mga salitang yan, press on, toward, these are words of effort. These are words that require you to have energy to do. Saan niya nakuha yung lakas niya pang press on? Pang go forward? Doon sa goal na meron siya. I press on toward the goal. So ang humihila pala sa kanya to move forward is the goal for the prize of the upward call of God. Kaya pala masipag si Apostle Paul, kaya siya maraming accomplishments because in his mind, he is always aware of his goal. And it shows, no, kahit sa mga travels niya, kung titignan nyo yung different Bible maps, grabe ang kabisihan ni Apostle Paul, galaw ng galaw. Ang dami niyang energy to travel all around the world. Why? Because again, meron kasi siyang goal na pinangahawakan. The main effect of goal to our psychological system is it gives us motivation to move and to move. And in connection to what I'm saying, meron ding isang libro, no, very interesting din, yung The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying by Bronnie Ware. Ang sinasabi sa isang part ng libro, one of the most common regret pala ng mga taong malapit nang mamatay when they are in their old age is nagsisisi sila na hindi naging klaro yung goals nila sa buhay. Sabi nga doon sa quotation ni John Maxwell, I should have taken charge of my life and set my goals earlier. Life isn't practice, it's the real thing. Totoo yan eh. Kaya maraming tao nagsisisi na wala silang goal before they die. They realize ang dami nilang bagay na dapat nilang ginawa na hindi nila nagawa. Kasi gumawa sila ng mga bagay na hindi naman kailangan gawin. Eh bakit nila ginawa yung mga bagay na yon? Because they lack the goal that could have made them more focused. Kaya nagsisisi sila. Parang hindi nila na-fulfill yung mission nila. Hindi nila na-fulfill yung mga accomplishments na dapat na-accomplish nila. 'Di ba? Sinabi pa ni John Maxwell also from his book, no? Unhappiness is not knowing what we want and killing ourselves to get it. What a sad life that is. If you want to make your life unhappy, sabi ni John Maxwell, mabilis lang 'yan. One way to be unhappy, don't have any goals. Just live your everyday na wala kang goal. Bakit? Kapag wala kang goal at namuhay ka, yan yung dalawang bagay na mangyayari sa'yo. Wala kang sense of direction, wala kang productivity. And at the end of your life, yan yung isa sa mga reasons why you will regret na sana naging malinaw sa'yo yung goal mo during your younger years. Pero ang good news, we have a choice for our life not to be like this, di ba? Lahat naman tayo ayaw dito ng sad life, no? So, one way to do that is definitely we need to set our goals. Okay? So, I hope number 1 convince you that goals are important. Now, let's move on to number 2. Ang sabi ni John Maxwell, make sure you have good goals. Hindi lang basta-basta dapat meron kang goal, pero dapat tatandaan mo na yung goals mo mabuti. Meron kasing good goals, merong bad goals. And of course, diniscuss ni John Maxwell sa libro niya kung ano ba yung good goals. In fairness naman sa tingin ko maraming tao, meron namang goals eh. It's just that hindi lang nila alam kung yung goals man nila is good or not. So what do you mean by a good goal? Sabi ni John Maxwell, merong dalawang elemento ang isang goal para masabi mong maging good siya o mabuting goal. Number 1, your goal must be in line with your purpose or with your design. Let me repeat. Your goal must be in line with God's purpose or with God's design for your life. Hindi sapat na meron ka lang goal. Dapat yung goal mo ay tugma doon sa purpose para sa'yo ng Diyos. Like for example, take a look at the slide, di ba? Halimbawa yung purpose mo, teaching. Ginawa ka ni God para magturo. Yan talaga yung gift mo. You have a gift for teaching. Now, given that, yung goal mo dapat, yung gusto mong mangyari, tugma doon sa calling mo to be a teacher. So, you may say na yung goal mo, you want to be the top online teacher. Okay yan, tugma yan. Your purpose is in line with your goal. Diba? Napaka-importanteng wisdom yan. Kasi maraming tao, they have a goal, pero hindi tugma sa kanilang purpose, hindi nagiging maganda yung epekto. Mamaya pag-uusapan natin yan, no? Even in the field of psychology, this is well studied. Like for example, in this study, achievement goals and intrinsic motivation, their relation and their role in adaptive motivation, ang sinasabi lang dito, people are more likely to be motivated to achieve their goals, especially when they believe that their goal is in line with their calling. Tugma yung purpose sa goal nila. Ang tawag dyan, intrinsic motivation. Hindi mo na sila kinakailangan i-push pa para tuparin yung goals nila. Sila na mismo yung magkukusa na tuparin yung goals nila because they are so intrinsically motivated. Saan nanggagaling yung ganong klaseng motivation? Pagtugma nga yung purpose at yung goal mo. And that idea na pinapakita dito sa study, it is also in line with what the Bible is saying about our gifts and our purpose. Halimbawa, sinabi sa Romans chapter 12 verse 6 to 8, in connection to the psychological study, we have different gifts according to the grace given us. If a man's gift is prophesying, let him use it in proportion to his faith. If it is serving, let him serve. If it is teaching, let him teach. You notice there, no, na dapat tugma yung purpose at ang goal mo. Kapag ang purpose mo magturo, ang goal mo dapat magturo. Kung shinip ka ng Diyos to serve, then dapat ang purpose mo everyday, yung lagi mong ginagawa, is to serve. Dapat laging tugma ang purpose at ang goal. Again, going back to what I'm saying a while ago, marami mga tao meron namang goal pero hindi tugma yung kanilang goal with their purpose. One good example, halimbawa, dito sa slide. Ginawa ka ng Diyos para magturo. Yan talaga yung skill na binigay sa'yo, teaching. Pero oras na ang gawin mong goal malayo dyan, let's say you want to be wealthy through your business, malamang sa malamang hindi ka gaganahan to achieve that goal. Lagi kang madi-discourage, lagi kang mafu-frustrate. Bakit? Kasi hindi natural sa'yo na maabot mo yung goal na yan kasi hindi naman yan yung purpose mo. So what you need to do in this case is you need to adjust your goal para mas maging tugma doon sa iyong purpose. Kaya nga, going back to the slide, no, focus kayo doon sa mga red words. The first implication here is you really need to know your purpose. Even before you set your goal, kailangan alam mo yung purpose mo. Wag ka magsaset ng goal na hindi mo pa alam yung purpose mo. No? Now, ang tanong, paano ba malaman yung purpose mo? How would you know what purpose God has for you? That is a very long discussion. Isang isang workshop yan no? Pero bibigyan ko kayo ng parang shortcut approach that will give you a clue what your purpose is. Usually, it has something to do with what you excel at. Kung saan ka magaling. That is a very good clue para malaman mo kung ano ba yung purpose ng Diyos para sa'yo. Saan ka magaling. Ano yung isang bagay na magaling ka doon over all the other people that you know. Nag-e-excel ka. Malamang sa malamang yung bagay na yon, yung skill na yon, may kinalaman yon sa purpose ng Diyos para sa'yo. So, gawin mo yon, no? I-analyze mo yung sarili mo, saan ka ba magaling, and then that will tell you, that will give you a clue what your purpose is. Another implication, you focus on the second asterisk, the words in red. Your purpose is not up to you. Ibig sabihin, yung purpose mo, nakaset na yan. By the time that the sperm meets the egg, tapos nabuo ka doon sa loob ng iyong mommy, meron ka ng set purpose. God has already set a purpose for you. So, wag mong iisipin na ikaw ang magdedetermine 100% kung ano ang purpose mo. Kasi maling thinking yun Remember, sinasabi rin sa Bible that our hearts is deceitful above all things. So, may tendency na kapag ikaw nag-set ng goal mo, hindi mo kinonsulta yung Diyos tungkol sa goal mo, baka yung maset mo na goal mali. Hindi pala yun yung purpose mo. Diba? So, your purpose is already set by the time you are put into this world. So, that's one of the things that you really need to do, that you really need to ensure. Dapat yung purpose mo manggagaling doon sa purpose sa'yo ng Diyos. Hindi yung ikaw yung magsaset. Kasi malamang sa malamang, pag ikaw ang nagset ng purpose sa sarili mo, mali. So, if you have a wrong purpose, you will set wrong goals. Hindi magiging maganda sa buhay. So again, it's a very long discussion. How do you know God's purpose for you? Gagawa tayo ng separate video for that. Pero pwede na rin yung sinasabi kong excellence analysis. Saan ka magaling? Malamang sa malamang, may kinalaman yan sa purpose ng Diyos para sa'yo. Another element of a good goal, we are still in number 2, no? Dapat daw, sabi ni Maxwell, yung goal mo, SMART. At alam nyo na to, SMART is an acronym referring to mga bagay na dapat meron ang iyong goal para masabi mong maganda yung goal mo, no? Anong ibig sabihin ng SMART? Ayan. Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. So, yung mga meron ng goals ngayon na nakikinig sa akin, again, sinasabi ko nga, hindi lang sapat na meron kang goal, pero dapat siguraduhin mo na yung goal mo, SMART. Okay? Yung goal mo ba ay SMART, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Next one, number 3, ang sinasabi ni John Maxwell sa kanyang Law of Design, goals must come with a system. The key word here is the word system. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng system? Ito yung sagot mo sa tanong na how. Sabi ko nga kanina, hindi lang sapat na meron kang where. Where is not enough. And this is where most people fall short. Meron naman silang where. Meron silang gustong puntahan, pero hindi nila alam kung paano pumunta doon. Hindi nila alam kung ano yung gagawin for them to make the goal a possibility. So in the book of John Maxwell, he defines a system as you can see on the slide, steps or strategies to be taken every day to make goals happen. Mas gusto ko yung salitang strategies at yun yung ginagamit na salita ni Maxwell in his book. Paano mo matutupad yung goal na gusto mong ma-achieve? Kailangan mag-develop ka ng strategy. Hindi lang sapat na meron kang where, dapat meron ka ring how. Most people, they have a where, pero wala silang how. So if we are going to diagram that, focus tayo dito, meron ka ng where, ang next step mo ngayon, pagtugma na yung purpose and goal mo, given your goal, sagutin mo yung salitang how. You develop a system. You develop a strategy. And one thing about the system, one thing about this strategies, dapat mga behaviors yan eh. Mga specific steps. Ano yung mga specific steps na dapat mong gawin para lumapit ka ng lumapit doon sa goal mo? So make sure that your strategies are doable. Ideally, dapat in the behavioral form. Meron kang mga specific actions na gagawin, malinaw kung ano yung mga specific actions na yon na sisiguraduhin sa'yo that you will get closer to your goal. Like for example, in the slide, no? Balikan natin yung slide. Small step 1, small step 2, small step 3. Dapat specific ka dyan. Halimbawa, ang purpose mo is teaching, yung goal mo is to be the top online teacher, yung sistema mo o yung strategy mo is by doing these small steps such as yon. You attend trainings, you read books, you practice, you find a mentor. Yan ngayon yung gagawin mo araw-araw to get you closer to your goal. Again, anong tawag dyan? Sa green box, ang tawag dyan, yan yung iyong mga strategies para mapalapit ka sa goal that you want to achieve. Pero wag din natin kakalimutan, meron tayong mga important notes na dapat malaman about the system or about the strategy that we are using. Sabi ni John Maxwell, number 1, dapat yung mga strategies na ide-develop mo is doable given your capability. Dapat tugma sa kakayanan mo, tugma sa resources mo. Halimbawa, going back to that previous slide, ito yung strategy mo para maging magaling kang online teacher. Attend trainings, read books, practice, mentor. Ang tanong, meron ka bang kakayanan na makuha yung mga bagay na yan? Meron ka bang enough resources for you to have this? Diba? Ang sagot kasi, ang case, kapag wala ka, nag-set ka ng strategy, hindi mo naman pala kaya, o di wala rin, mapufrustrate ka lang. So you have to make sure that your strategies are in line with your capabilities and your resources. Beware of formulas. Ibig sabihin, huwag tayong gagamit ng mga set na mga strategies na dinevelop ng ibang tao. Or, minsan naman talaga kasi, hindi mo may iwasan yun, no? Oo, na meron kang ginagamit na formula to achieve to your goal. Kasi siguro yung goal mo, kahalin tulad nung taong gumawa ng strategy na yon, okay lang naman, basta lang, sisiguraduhin mo na kaya mo at meron kang resources para magawa yung formula na yan. Diba? Pwede mo namang i-personalize yan eh. Pwede mo naman palitan yung ibang steps dyan para mas maging tugma sa resources at capability mo. So, pwede mo laging questionin, pwede mo laging i-modify yung mga set templates, yung mga set formulas of strategies to get to a certain goal. Huwag kang mafe-feeling trap doon sa formula na yon. Actually, dapat nga talaga ang strategy lagi yung tailor fit sa'yo na gustong maka-achieve ng isang goal. Number 2, sabi ni Maxwell, dapat yung mga strategies mo measurable. Dapat meron kang paraan para masabi mo if your strategy is working or not. Is your strategy getting you closer to your goal? Dapat meron kang measurable way, meron kang way to measure if this strategy is really working. Halimbawa, yung sa example kong reading books, gusto mong maging best online teacher, so babasa ka ng mga libro on online teaching, dapat alam mo in the future kung yung pagbabasa mo ba ng libro ay nakatulong ba talaga sa pagiging best online teacher mo. Kasi pwedeng oo, pwedeng hindi. Pero dapat malaman mo. Kasi after all, baka naman basa ka nga ng basa ng libro on online teaching, hindi ka naman lumalapit sa goal mo. Baka hindi yun yung goal o baka hindi dapat yun yung strategy na meron ka. So, dapat mong palitan yan. Or siguro, pag nakita mong hindi effective yung reading books in making you closer to your goal, baka may dapat kang palitan sa reading books. Baka dapat damihan mo pa. O baka dapat maghanap ka lang ng specific author. Ganun dapat ang sistema. Meron kang way to evaluate or to measure whether your strategies are still working in helping you achieve your goal. Sabi nga ni John Maxwell about that point. Anytime you have a goal but you think you won't be able to reach it, don't adjust the goal. Adjust the action steps or your strategies. Pero paano mo malalaman na kailangan mo nang i-adjust yung action steps mo, kinakailangan gawin mo yung point number 2. You have a way of measuring whether your strategy is working or not. And last one, number 3, ito yung medyo mahirap talagang gawin. No, you apply the strategy every day. Dapat magkakaroon tayo ng disiplina na araw-araw nating gagawin yung strategy that we have set for ourselves. Sabi nga ni John Maxwell, di ba? The plan creates the track, the action provides the traction. Ibig sabihin ng traction, paggalaw. Hindi ka gagalaw sa goal mo kung hindi ka mag-a-apply ng strategy. Diba? If you want to get closer to your goal, then the first thing you need to do is to really put your strategies at work by doing this every day. Kaya nga dapat consistent ka dito. Gagawin mo yung strategy mo Monday, gagawin mo yan ng Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday to Sunday, you will do it. Yan yung tinatawag nating consistency na pinag-usapan na natin in previous episodes. So, para sa mga hindi pa nakapanood ng The Law of Consistency, I highly recommend you watch that video para makonect nyo dito sa sinasabi natin. Kasi marami rin nag-fall short sa number 3. Meron naman silang goal. Tugma naman sa purpose nila. Malinaw naman sa kanila kung ano yung mga steps na gagawin, kaya lang walang execution. Kumbaga sa sarili nating lengguwahe, puro drawing. 'Di ba? May kakilala kayong ganun, puro drawing lang. May plano, alam naman yung dapat na gagawin para matupad yung plano, pero hindi ginagawa, puro drawing lang. So you need to apply the law of consistency para ma-avoid mo na puro ka lang drawing. So in closing, paano mo ba malalaman if the law of design is at work in your life? I have 5 questions na pwede mong itanong sa sarili mo kung meron ka. Dapat meron kang 5 ito para masabi mong meron kang law of design in your life. Number 1, do you know your purpose? Again, we all start with purpose. Huwag kang bubuo ng goal mo na hindi mo pa alam yung purpose mo. What is the reason why God put you here on earth? What is His purpose for you? You are designed to do what? You have to know. Number 2, do you have a goal that is in line with your purpose? Dapat tugma yung goal mo sa purpose. After you know your purpose, i-develop mo yung goal mo, make sure na yung goal mo tugma sa purpose mo. Hindi pwedeng puro ka lang goal. Hindi pwede yung goal mo hindi tugma sa purpose mo because you will lack motivation to make those goals happen. Number 3, are you everyday conscious of your goal? Yan, napakahalaga niyan. Napakahalaga niyan. Everyday ba sa iyong paggising, aware ka ba kung ano yung goal mo? Lagi mo bang iniisip kung anong goal mo? Kasi maraming tao ganyan Alam lang nila yung goal nila after mag-team building. Alam lang nila yung goal nila after Sunday or during Sunday. Kasi nakapanood ng ganitong talk or na-inspire siya ng isang pastor. So, iiyak-iyak pa siya, susulat-sulat sa yellow pad, yung goal niya, isusulat niya. Pero pagdating ng Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, wala na. Hindi na iniisip yung goal. Anything goes na. Diba? That is one thing that we need to adjust in ourselves. Dapat every moment of our waking time, alam natin na sa loob ng utak natin kung ano yung goal natin sa buhay. Number 3, are you everyday conscious? Yun na pala yun, no? Sorry. Are you everyday conscious of your goal? Number 4, do you have a system in place to achieve your goal? Hindi pwede puro ka lang goal. Hindi lang pwede puro ka lang where. Alam mo kung saan ka pupunta, dapat alam mo rin kung paano mo pupuntahan. That's another very important lesson for today. 'Di ba? Ano yung mga strategies that you need to do for you to arrive at the goals that you want for yourself? And last one, number 5, is your goal designing your everyday life? Ibig sabihin, lahat ba ng pangyayari sa buhay mo everyday, lahat ba ng ginagawa mo may kinalaman sa goal mo? Is it an expression of your strategies that you apply everyday? Kasi kung ang sagot mo hindi, ibig sabihin sinasayang mo lang oras mo. 'Di ba? Ito yung mga taong ang dami-daming ginagawa sa buhay everyday, pero lahat ng ginawa nila walang kinalaman sa goal nila. Ano? At maraming taong ganyan. Ang daming ginawa sa buhay, ang dami naman nilang na-accomplish that day, pero never silang lumapit kahit konti in their goals. Bakit? Lahat ng ginawa nila wala namang kinalaman sa goals nila. Hindi tayo dapat ganun. Lahat ng ganap sa buhay natin, all activities, how we spend our time, how we spend our energy, our money, may kinalaman dapat yan sa achievement ng goal natin. So that's a good question to ask yourself constantly bago ka gumawa ng isang bagay everyday. 'Di ba? Bago ko gawin tong bagay na to, pag ginawa ko ba to, lalapit ba ako sa goal ko? Kung ang sagot mo hindi, malamang sa malamang, yung bagay na gagawin mo na yan, hindi mahalaga yan. Better yet, find another thing to do that will move you closer to your goal. So I hope meron kayong natutunan sa ating short discussion today on the law of design as inspired by the book of John Maxwell. If you have any questions, mag-post lang kayo ng question dyan sa baba. And if you know anyone who you think kailangan marinig yung law of design, don't hesitate to share this video. Until next time, Sir Howard here. Thank you for listening. God bless everyone. Bye-bye.